These modern women out here, they don't know how to control their tongue. That's why they get out here and threaten divorce. And then when stuff like this happens, all of a sudden it's, oh my God, you really gonna let me go? Let's get into it.
I think I'm not feeling this anymore. I don't think, I know I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's fine?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to break up, that's fine.
You're not mad?
No.
Okay, that's good.
But
I'm glad we understand each other.
Well, can you actually get out of my car then?
For what?
Well, because we're broken up, right?
Yeah.
So then you could just get out of my car.
But you picked me up.
Yeah, it's fine. I picked up my girlfriend.
Yeah?
I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
I live an hour away. I can't just go. You have to take me home.
Well, it kind of sounds like a you problem. I mean, like, I don't know you. Like, are we a thing?
You're gonna let me go home alone?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're nothing, so that's not really my problem.
But, so you don't care about me?
No, there was a point when I cared. It's just, you're not my girlfriend, so.
You're gonna let me walk out?
Yeah, I actually do gotta go home, so if you could just please step out, please.
No, I have to go home too. You're the one that picked me up.
I don't know what to tell you. This is my car and you're not my girlfriend, so.
And y'all gonna learn, unfortunately, y'all gonna learn that your mouth is gonna write and is writing checks that your behind cannot cash. You can't cash it. You don't have enough money in the bank. Sit down, shut up, enjoy the ride.
You know, I'm actually glad that they asked that question, even though that was meant to be a dig at men. It actually is a positive sign, because once a question is asked, it must have an answer. And there are, quite frankly, some women out there who are really not ready to hear what men have to deal with on a daily basis, because there are many women out there that are of the mistaken opinion that since many men don't talk constantly about what they deal with every single day, that they must not be going through anything. So yes, I'm really glad that question was asked, because I think it's about time that some women finally heard the answers.
If men are suffering in silence, why am I always hearing about it? Like, can the suffering in silence guys tell the others so that they'll shut the times?
I know, right? Could you imagine a man actually having emotions?
So I just got back from out of town, right? I was on a business trip, came back to see my wife, but she wasn't here and I was kind of confused. Like, whatever. But I walked into the bathroom to use the restroom and I noticed something under this towel, right? And at first I didn't want to touch it, but it's literally some dude's drawers. So she must have had somebody over when I was out of town. Gotcha. And must have been dumb enough, they both must have been dumb enough to leave freaking underwear on the ground where I can see it. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Unfortunately, my wife is gonna face the consequences of what she did, but I guess that's how the world works. I did do some digging and did some research, and it does end up that she was on Tinder. So it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, we're done.
Providers, so go do that job, go learn a trade, go do something.
Well, you said that that's all they're good for.
Yeah.
And what are you good for?
A lot of things.
Like?
I'm funny, I'm smart.
You haven't demonstrated that yet.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. I'm a musician, I dance.
You dance?
The list goes on and on.
What a great quality. You can dance. What do you bring to the table, though?
What do I bring to the table? I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm attractive, I have talents.
I don't know if men are so useless that their only job is to be providing for you. It sounds like you're just a typified eater. Like, I don't know what you're really bringing to the table. You're just kind of consuming resources, right?
I mean, if you want to hear the answer that I could be domesticated and I can cook and clean and do all that, I can.
No, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is what of value are you bringing to society?
By being me,
By being you. I'm enough.
I am enough.
Okay.
I'm aware that there is criticism for this style of podcast and people think, oh, they just bring women on to like own them, to be mean to them. But I'm not so sure. I think that there's more sophistication going on in these kinds of exchanges than people give them credit for. And I can completely understand why these types of shows took off and became so popular. Because it's revolutionary. It's not something we've seen in our culture before, at least not in the mainstream. What you're seeing is women being spoken to like they are men. That's it. It's that simple, but it's so different to what we're used to. Excuse me, miss, you just said an opinion? Okay, explain it. Justify it. Defend it. Oh, you're upset? Irrelevant. The conversation continues. These are the typical standards that we apply to men in conversations, but lots of women cannot meet these standards. There are so many clips out there of women during these shows just like bursting into tears and walking off the set because they can't handle it anymore.
Let me say this really quick. I have obviously bitten off more than I can chew.
No, you're good.
No.
Oh, you're doing great. Don't worry about it. You're a legend. You're a
Thank
legend.
you.
You came in guns blazing. You're doing great.
I tried. No, I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Wait, we got to get through at least all your notes.
No.
Hold on. Just stay we'll get through your notes. I will fast track.
Can you at least leave the booze?
Oh, yeah, I'm leaving the booze. That's for you guys. No, I really appreciate
I feel like
you
that's
having
a
me
reasonable
on.
contribution.
Yeah, I appreciate you
Wait, let me at
having
least
on.
fast track.
No, I
Hold
gotta
on.
go.
You got to go
Can
because...
can this be a respectful quit? Like, thank you for everything.
Wait, you can't just
I'm
leave.
I'm not crying. I'm tired. That's
You're
why.
tired?
Yeah, I've been up since like 3 a.m.
Okay, but at least, look, you provided a lot of notes. Tell you what, I will...
That's why I'm getting emotional.
Hold on,
Like,
I will fast track...
This has been really great.
No, listen, but at least hear the offer. You got to at least hear the offer.
Respectfully.
I will
Thank you
fast
so
track.
much.
I will fast track your notes. I will fast... You said it was a rage quit? I think it was a rage quit.
Thank you so much.
I think it was a rage quit. I think you can't defend your worldview. You can't defend your worldview. I think you're a coward, to be honest. I think it's cowardly for you to quit.
It is so interesting to watch because for a lot of these women, this is the very first time that they have ever been made aware of their own privilege. They have lived a life where every single interaction they ever had only moved at the pace of their emotional comfort. It's always been so easy for them because they've always been catered to. I don't need to tell you guys, but that is not men's experience of this world. Unlike women, no one gives a how a man is feeling. Every single guy watching this video right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. You are a man. You think crying is going to get you out of something, help you avoid accountability? You think the world is going to stop just because you're having some...
But what talent specifically are we talking about here? I mean, you're very vague about what you can do. And this is why we got to come right on back into the driveway and figure out what the plan is before we leave. Modern women want to get in the car. Let's drive. Let's just get out on the open road. Whoa, hold on. Y'all want to take a road trip? Just get out and just want my hair in the wind. Before we get in this wind, let's see what the plan is. Let's go get some gas first. Let's make sure we got enough snacks. Let's go make sure the car, it's got the oil, right? The oil is topped up. The oil's changed. Everything's clean. You don't need no brakes. Modern women don't want to look at that. All I need to know is, do you want to go on a road trip? Basically, all I need to know is, do you want to take care of me? A man is saying, yeah, sure. I want to go on a road trip. I'd love to just get up and go. But there's some things that we got to check out first. Like what? Well, got to check the oil. Make sure it's good. Gotta go get an oil change, or at least have them look at it before we go, right? Check those brakes. Basically, the thing, we might not have to check the entire car, but the main things. We don't want to get stuck on the side of the road. Who cares? Let's just get out there. And that's what women are saying about marriage. Who cares? Let's just get out there and start buying me stuff. Let's just get out there and start taking me on these types of expensive dates. Let's just get out there and buy me that nice rock. That rock that's more expensive than what we both really can afford right now. Let's have the vacation, the honeymoon, all of that. Let's just get out there and do it. And the man said, let's stop. Let's make sure we go through the checks to see if this is a match. to see if we're compatible. Now I'm bringing this to the table. What are you doing? Oh, well, I don't worry about that. Well, you know, I can sing. Well, great, thanks. But I need a little bit more than singing. Well, I'm attractive. Fantastic. I like attractive. I love it. But when attractiveness goes out the window, what are you going to be doing? How are we going to be building our vision? How are you going to be using your attractiveness to build our vision in an ethical way? Since that's what you listed there. In a moral way. How are you going to be using that? Miss Ma'am, let me know.
Emotions? No chance. You are a man. No one cares.
A woman who wants a $100 deposit before she goes on a date with a man.
If a man wants to take me on a date moving forward, I now require a $100 refundable deposit on a date. Hear me out. Man makes reservation, wants to take me out. Wonderful, no problem. Gets there early. Okay, kudos for him. He calls me and says, I've made a mistake. Sir, what is the mistake that you've made? He says, I can't get in because I don't meet the dress code requirement. I say, well, what are you wearing? Because look at me. What? Okay, I'll see you in a moment. I'll be there in a couple minutes. He goes, yeah, I forgot they had a dress code. You made the reservation. You said you've been here before. And you put on a jogging suit for a first date, mind you. Do people not try to put their best foot forward anymore? And don't get me wrong. If you wanted something casual, sir, you should have said meet me at Starbucks or Chipotle. I love a good bow. I would have showed up in my leggings, the worn out ones, oversized t-shirt, and some New Balance. So a man will be paying a $100 deposit if you want to take me on a date. If you show up and you can do the little bitty things like get in the establishment for
The attitude on this one. Now, I get it. You don't want to show up in joggers probably to a first date. Now, he did mention he didn't know the place had a dress code, although he said he'd been there before. So we're getting a little bit of a rocky story there. But this sort of reaction to that, reacting and saying that you need a $100 refundable deposit for a date is insane. You are not a hair service. You're not providing any service at this point. You are being asked to go on a date to meet another person to see if you're compatible. You do not need a $100 refundable deposit for that. Oh my gosh. This is getting insane.
For the reservation you made, your $100 will be fully refunded before we leave the establishment, okay? Let's be clear on this before y'all hop on Beyonce's internet and say I'm looking for money. No, I have my own coins. But it's not every day that a woman spends $170 for a beat like this. Can we?
And nobody told you to do that. Nobody told you to do that. And
what's up with men? I don't know. I wanted to ask you, men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore. There was this cute guy. He went to the bar at one point, so I was like, oh, let me go to the bar too. So I saddled up next to him at the bar and kind of gave a look. And he looked right at me and then looked away. I was like, okay, well, never mind. I was seeing something that apparently wasn't actually happening. And as we left, one of the other bachelorettes on this trip was like, oh my gosh, that guy kept looking at you. Did you guys talk? I was like, wait, what? You saw it too? I guess I could have said, hi, how are you? I don't know why I didn't. I guess I was like, I made that move. Meet me the other 75% of the way or whatever it is.
It is becoming like that. I think that there's a shift in it. And honestly, women have to take more of the reins in a way. Maybe we should have a man on and ask him what that's like. Why don't they do that?
A dating expert.
Is there a dating expert man that would like to come on this podcast?
I can't remember many times of I've been approached. And that has been hard on my self-confidence because I've seen it happen to my friends. Specifically these two friends that are drop dead gorgeous, fit all the beauty standards, petite. Obviously I'm not harping on them, but I'm always just why doesn't that happen to me? Am I intimidating somehow? Am I putting off a certain vibe? I like to be it's just my height, I guess. And I'm just too broad of shoulders for someone to approach me. But I've been approached by women, and so I wonder if it really is, it's almost switching these days of people are just changing.
I love it. Okay, so you don't need a male dating expert on your show, honey. You should just call me. I'll mosey on down and tell you what's going on. Okay, so here's what's happening. Guys, you tell me if I'm right. In the chat, go ahead. I want you to just tell me, by the way, give me your opinion. Why are you guys not approaching women? Let's hear. I want to see in the comments. I want to see in the chat. I'm going to tell you why I think you're not approaching women. First of all, you've had enough. You're tired of getting used, right? So typically you used to approach women, get laughed at. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Women are wanting you to approach just so that they can get attention and validation about how good they look that night, get their free drink, and then they drop you like a hot potato, right? You get ghosted. Oh, can I have your number? Sure. Get your 2 free drinks, the girl, and then she's like, bye. And then you go to text her, either ghosted or you find out she gave you the wrong number. Don't you love that when that happens, when they give you the wrong number? And then you're writing some rando and they're like, oh, I'm not Amy. And you're like, wow, I just spent, all that money, spent 2 hours with this girl, and now she's at the after party with somebody else and gave me a fake number. Girls, you do it. You know it. They're tired of that. They're tired of now, especially with social media. It's blown up the whole game because you can see the girls laughing at you, making videos, gold diggers everywhere, talking about how, oh, you're so ugly. Oh, you don't have all these oh, I went out with him, but he's only 5'8", so I didn't take him seriously, but I drank all his drinks and all his bottle service. Ha ha ha. Right?
Are men intimidated by us? No, not at all. Y'all always think that a man is worried about y'all. Men be at the house chilling. And that's what y'all don't understand. Men don't be worried about what you got going on. If I see something I like and it's not giving me too much trouble, I might pop up and say something. If it's worth the risk, if the juice is worth the squeeze, then I will pop out and say something. But a lot of times, after doing my quick analysis, which usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute, then I say no. Y'all don't understand that men have been watching y'all. They've been observing you from afar. And they said, oh, okay, so she moves like this, or she wears this, or she talks like this. She's probably this type of girl. See, I would approach her if she was a little bit more this way and see what's up. But because she's like this, no. And so when he's staring at you, you're like, why is he staring and not approaching? Well, I think you're attractive. Well, why don't you approach? Because I done already seen some stuff that you've exhibited that has turned me off. I'm no longer interested.
They see.
Bro, stop. Let me go. You weren't just thinking about all the shit you were just doing, bro.
Bro, don't leave. I did not mean to cheat on you.
Nah, bro, that's sick, bro. Cause I just saw it. Show me the video and everything, bro. I don't get no talking about, bro. You doing all this goofy shit, bro.
Please.
All the money I put into you, and you gonna do this and let me go up in the go.
Why are you trying to
You was so delusional. Let me go. You was so delusional, bro. Like, you don't understand what you be doing, bro. Like I was saying, man, let me get the rest of my stuff, man. I'm gonna go, bro.
Leave, though.
I'm gonna go. Cause I'm tired of you.
Because I cheated one time.
You keep what? Stop manipulating me. Stop manipulating me. Please stop, bro. Like I'm so tired of it. Like, I've been going through this for so long. You cheated on me more than 8 times, bro.
I did not cheat on you more than 8 times. Why are you making stuff up?
You sit right here being delusional, bro. Just let me go,
time.
bro. Man,
Go.
Bro, like, come on, man. Like, just let me get my shoes and go. Like, you just won't let me go.
Serious, bro. Stop pushing me away. I didn't mean to cheat on you.
I caught her talking to other men, and she won't get out of my car. Now she's crying. So I caught her talking to other dudes. Oh, wow, that must be sad. God, that must be terrible. Oh, man. What were their names again? I love how you said they were just your friends and you were sending them pictures. Get the out of my car.
What? This is a friend?
Yes.
So this is what you turned Jehovah's Witness for?
Sebastian, chill out. It's just a friend.
Bro, and you got my kids on the ground.
What are you talking
about? You got my kids on the ground, bro. My daughter's on the ground. I'm not even mad, bro, but she gotta go, bro. Feel me? She got DCF problems. She got all type of stuff, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is really crazy. This is crazy, bro. I don't know how you. Well, you know what? That don't even matter, bro. But dude, she got 2 kids, bro. She like, if you see my daughter's on the ground, bro.
She's not on the ground.
Like, no, seriously, she's on the ground, bro.
She's on a cushion on the ground. You know she sleeps on the ground.
Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Look at my daughter, bro. Look how my daughter is on the ground. You got that. You got it, bro. You got it. you got it, bro.
It's not their fault. They didn't do anything wrong. He's just a friend. You're the one overreacting. It doesn't count because it only happened once. Basically, anything to absolve themselves of accountability. Don't even waste your time arguing with people like this. It is never worth it.
It is better to live in a small corner on a roof than to share the house with a woman who is always arguing.
He didn't even call me.
Fascinating, isn't it? The mind of a woman is such an interesting place. She dumps him, but in her mind, she's the victim. Even though she ended things, he has no right to move on. How dare he not call me? It's been 2 days. In the minds of these women, men are not really meant to exist as independent entities. They only exist as an extension of themselves. And what's most frightening of all is that this expectation continues even after she has ended things with him. He's still obligated to chase her. As you guys who've done my course have seen in those brutal stories, women have a habit of overestimating their value in the dating market. They think that they're really desirable, really high quality because they're getting so much male attention. Check out this TikTok video of this woman dancing because look at how many men are messaging her. And you guys who have subscribed to my channel, you've seen the Tinder experiments that I've run showing how many matches women get. Does this mean that women are amazing because so many men want them? No, it means men are horny. But if a woman mistakes all of this attention as meaning that her boyfriend is easily replaced, then she's going to take him for granted. She's going to play stupid games. She's going to pretend to break up with him, dump him just to see how he reacts if he fights for her, not realizing that he isn't just an extension of her and that at any time he can decide that he is sick of this bull and just move on and find a different girl. But there is a very important reason why women cannot comprehend this occurring. It's because it goes against the feminine narrative that her life is always improving. It's always getting better.
We call this oflation, and it's a direct consequence of social media. The attention they receive simply reinforces their delusions, which is why it is important not to give them said attention.
I got asked to go on a date the other day, but he wanted to get coffee and then go on a walk. Mind you, the only pictures I have of me outside on my Instagram are me at a beach outside the country. All the other pictures of me are in heels, dressed up, makeup done, hair done. What about me tells you I would want to go get coffee and go on a walk? Stop asking me stupid questions. And he was like, I only want a girl who appreciates walks or like simple things. Then go get a dog. I'm a but I'm not a dog. Stop wasting my time asking me stupid.
You're angry, honey. Ooh, very masculine too. So ladies, the guys are testing you now. And too bad you don't have the power anymore. You gave it up because you were too nasty. So now they're going to do this. And you know what? Maybe that guy was really smart and he looked at your page and he saw you all dressed up. And he said, oh, she wants to go out with me? Let me see if she really wants to go out with me or if she's just looking for this nonsense. Let's see. And look what you showed him, right? You proved his point. And he said, how dare he ask me if I would go for a walk being that I'm all dressed up? What, you don't have feet, honey? You don't walk from point A to point B? Or maybe he looked at your page and said, oh, this seems, she's attractive and, oh, okay, so I'll ask her for a walk. Maybe he didn't assume that you would be an ingrate, spoiled brat. He was wrong. Proved him wrong on that one.
I'm sure some of you recognize her from a different video where she had a meltdown because a man simply looked at her. Seems like some things never change. But the coffee dates and walks are a wonderful way to filter out women who think you need to be their personal piggy bank. As you can see here, it worked perfectly as intended.
I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but the anger I get from making eye contact with a man is like so ridiculous sometimes. Look at the hives I just got, literally just from making eye contact with a man. I literally feel so disgusted. I feel like... Ew! It stresses me out! Don't look at me!
Here's the guy with the ick list. Apparently we have to add making eye contact to the list of things men aren't allowed to do. This is unhinged for so many reasons, but might I start by addressing the hypocrisy in the room? Because in order to make eye contact with someone, you also have to be staring at their face, right? What she's essentially saying is that she has every right to stare directly at men's faces, but if they dare look back in her direction, she will have a full-on mental breakdown. But you know what, honestly? I think we should just let Darwinism do its thing.
Now, they do all this trash talking, but they gonna get upset. They gonna get upset when a man don't respond to what they got going on. You know, I want to know this. These modern women are thinking without proving anything. They're thinking, okay, just sign me to the big leagues. Pay me the millions, and you haven't proven yourself at all. Pay me to come in. I'm one of the best superstars out there. Pay me to come in and really make your show viral, to take it over the top. And once again, a man is going to want assurances. How do I know that you're going to make this a success? Do you have a resume? Not in that department. But over here, I can tell you, I've taken care of a lot of cats. Did you make those cats go viral? What makes you a superstar? Well, no, but I did love them. How does that have any bearing on making my business a success, making my event a success? That's how modern women think. That's how men are thinking about modern women. You're sitting up here giving me irrelevant information, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, I'm trying to blow this thing up. I'm trying to make our lives viral. I'm trying to take our lives to the next level. How are you going to help that? Well, I can pet cats. Great. I mean, did you use cats to gain some sort of virality or something like that? No, I just like petting cats. So irrelevant information. And you can do nothing for me, for us, for this relationship. Have a good day. And that's exactly why you want a coffee date, so we can get to know each other and see where each other's values lie. What you up to? So I don't spend $200 getting to know you and how you like to waste people's time.
Not all men, not all men. Yeah, to you. To us, it is all men because it has to be.
Who exactly is us? They're obviously not including those who think logically and rationally in this conversation.
We have no choice. How are we supposed to know which men are safe? There are enough men that are misogynistic and dangerous for us to have to be cautious with every single one of them.
So naturally, a person would assume the worst of every individual in an entire population.
Men are always comparing women to objects, so it's my turn.
Oh, good. So instead of taking the high road and doing better than those individuals that someone is criticizing, someone is going to be not only just as bad, but in fact worse, because someone should know better.
Flashback. 93% of women 18 to 24 have literally never been the bigger person in a situation. You think I'm lying? This is an article from Dartmouth University, 2025. 93% women age 18 to 24, sample size 2,457, never taking the high road. The conscious choice to respond to interpersonal conflict or provocation with passive, forgiving, or non-confrontational behavior.
Imagine we have a big bowl of gummies. A large amount of them have poison and will make you very sick, and some of them will even kill you. I'm not going to trust any of those gummies until they are proven to be safe.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is actually how some individuals justify bigotry.
I'm not just talking about the men that essay and abuse. Even the men who are just a little misogynistic are unsafe to me. If a man perceives women as less than equal in any way, there's a possibility that he will treat me as less than equal. Good men are the ones who do think about it, because good people care about other people.
You know what else good people do? They actually understand that each person is an individual, not part of a monolithic group that acts of one mind. And moreover, they don't believe that an individual should be held responsible for the actions of others.
So if you're a man, misogynistic men are more likely to listen to you because they don't like women. They don't want to listen to us.
Well, if that were true, then misandrists would listen to other women when those women tell them how wrong they're being by hating an entire population of people. But usually, those misandrists just call those other women names.
If you want to be a good person, listen, learn, admit your faults, and then grow and change.
It's almost like a lot of those individuals out there who give advice on how to be a good person should actually take their own advice once in a while.
First of all, most men don't do that. Secondly, the reason men don't care to listen is because women such as her constantly insult, disrespect, and degrade them, while at the same time demanding their help. Degrading the demographic you want help from while claiming to be morally superior to them is not a very good way of getting them to listen to you.
This girl's trying to jump her car, and the whole thing is nothing! Why are The jumper cables are straight up no.
Mediocre love. Yeah, for what it's worth, I think I used the word settle a little too loosely. A few discretions advised. We're not gonna let you move past that quickly. Nope. Car repoed, filing for bankruptcy, and your response is happens. No, like that doesn't just happen. What are you doing with your life? How do you start the story off with that when we're supposed to be talking about love? What is going on here?
Something tells me she has a habit of only calling him when she needs something. But of course, she would never tell us that, because then she couldn't play victim. If you have enjoyed the video this far and want to see more like it in the future, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked the video. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell y'all how I know her life is in shambles because of her. And that man that she's dating is tired of it. You walk out your house, your car is repoed. You said that you knew it was gonna happen, you just didn't know when. You call up the man that you're dating, and instead of prioritizing how you either gonna get the stuff out of your car, how you're gonna get your car out of the repo, whatever, you're still talking about that goddamn cup of coffee. Who can have coffee in a time like this, huh? Sweetheart, your priorities are up. You are worried about the wrong things, and he's tired of that. Hear me out. I can understand someone making a situation that's already bad worse. That is very frustrating. I cannot lie. I would not have advised that young man to be going back and forth with her. There's no point. However, that still does not change the fact that her priorities are all over the place. And if you've never had to be connected to someone some way, somehow, whether it be a sibling, a significant other, a parent that does stupid or bad up their life and it becomes your problem because you're connected to them, you don't understand the level of frustration that builds for one individual. I don't even have to know that man to know that that's exactly where he's at in that relationship. She strikes me as a person that does a lot of irresponsible things and expects other people to either help her or fix it for her. It makes perfect sense as to why she's as irresponsible as she is. Because she knows these kind of outlets are always going to be there. Her friends validate and justify her horrible behavior. Because hear me out, there's nothing wrong with helping a friend in need, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But based on how this story started, it doesn't seem like she's somebody that's in need. She seems like an irresponsible individual that does irresponsible and expects other people to come and save or help her. And her friends are there all the time. They doing all kind of extra. She going to Facebook Marketplace and picking up. She ain't got no business picking up. She hanging out. She just driving around listening to music. They taking her mind off things. No. Your mind needs to be on it. Your mind needs to be on the problems that you've caused in your own life. That man is sick and tired of dealing with it because you are continuously repeating the same behaviors and breeding the same results. And you get upset when people do not want to help you anymore. Maybe she mentioned her daughter early in the video and I just missed it. What do you mean, your daughter? So you have the livelihood of a child in your hands and you don't think having a car is important? You're more worried about that cup of coffee, Facebook Marketplace, hanging out with your friends, and you don't think that you need a vehicle to make sure if something happens, you and your child can either get to safety, you can get your child to the hospital, God forbid something happens, you can take your child and go to the grocery store and get her something to eat. I knew it. I knew it. Her priorities are all up, and that man has checked out, and I don't blame him, because I know that ain't even his kid. Can you imagine being a stepdad to a child with an irresponsible mother like this woman here? Wow. People with this kind of mindset never thrive in life. This story shouldn't have even been about love. It should have been about responsibility. It should have been about duty. But you know what?
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you will love this next video. I will see you there.
Imagine if football was for women what football is for men. What do I mean by that? Imagine there was a show predominantly watched by women and its schedule took priority over almost everything else, even major holidays. On top of that, the content of the show heavily influenced the mood of every woman in the household. And to top it off, women weren't expected or obligated to cook, clean, interact with anyone else present, or do anything else while this show was on. A question was posed.
I'll explain to you why I personally believe this is a very disingenuous way of kind of bringing up this example. And this is coming from a guy who literally thinks it is very cringe when I see men getting very emotional over sports that they did not gamble on. Please don't gamble. This whole premise up here hinges on the fact that women are essentially forced to be in these relationships, which is why when I hear these arguments of like, well, listen, if men don't split the bills, like, you know, they don't contribute any of the household labor and this is this, a lot of women make it seem like they are forced to be with these kind of men that are going to sit here and, you know, scream at the TV and not contribute and throw remotes when, like, you know, their sports team is losing. If somebody chooses to be with somebody whose mood is dictated by their sports team and heavily swayed by what goes on in a football game, that is a choice that you're going to have to make when you pick your, you know, forever partner. If sports obsession is a deal breaker, the solution is simple. It is don't date a partner who's obsessed with sports. Same way I've made several videos talking about how I don't think you're a bad person if you go out to bars and nightclubs, but because I don't do that, that's a deal breaker for me and dating. The same could be applied to women. The next disingenuous thing I hate about this example is they're picking and cherry picking extreme examples to go and act like that is the regular who's watching sports. Domestic violence is not caused by football. Horrible men are the ones that cause domestic violence. That has nothing to do with football. That is like judging all relationships just by the ones. You're cherry picking the occasional relationships that is triggered by football and not the fact that these are just horrible men. My next point is, listen, this is not all relationships, but the reason why sometimes everything revolves around this one specific day is because traditionally men typically work almost every single day, 5 to 6 days a week. Sometimes they're even doing physically demanding jobs. A lot of men, yes, that is the one time they get to go and sit and like do something and watch something that they like. And a lot of the times, not all of the time, the women were at a more, less demanding job, sometimes even just being at home. So yeah, they had time to watch their show, to do their thing. A lot of men, yes, they look forward to that Sunday. So it becomes this big spectacle because 6 days out of the week, Bob has to go to the power plant and do his job. So he's looking forward to going and watching the Giants. I don't know. At one point, she says in the video, something about like how women weren't allowed to interrupt men during the game. I don't know if you're not allowed, but yes, it's distracting when you're watching a live game and then people are like interrupting during it. I would say that's just a normal experience. There are plenty of women that watch like reality TV shows or just want in general uninterrupted time, and it would be annoying if a man came in there constantly interrupting this thing that they were looking forward to watching. The most annoying part of her video was the conclusion after all of this wasn't like, maybe some men just like sports too much and they need to like chill out on how aggressive they get during the game. It jumps to the entire world revolves around, men and their wants and needs. Completely ignores the reality of most, which is maybe men who are more healthy when they watch football, women who choose to be with unhealthy men, and women who also like sports in the same way. Bottom line, this is not about sports. This is about most women's choices. A lot of women will sit there complaining about a man that was selfish from, the first week of their relationship. They end up marrying this guy and whoop, well, he's selfish. Who would have thought? A lot of men, a lot of women don't want to hear this, but you choose what you tolerate. You choose your partners. In general, you choose your deal breakers. If you see something, like this, that I guarantee you is not something you could hide for like 4 years, don't, date this person. If somebody gets violent, angry, or neglectful over a sports game, then yes, go choose a new partner. This is not a sports problem. This is a character issue. Turning poor relationship decisions into gender depression is literally just being unintellectual and just a victim complex, because that is all this is. It is a poor choice to be with men who act like this. Moral of the story, this is a character issue, not a football issue, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Well, that, and then there are actually shows that these modern women are watching. These ladies are watching that changes their mood. Oh, I was in such a terrible mood. I told my man, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to him for the rest of the day. And then now they're saying, oh, well, yeah, he had this. And I was like, what? How could you think that? How could you think that? It's not a real show. It's a reality TV show. Like it's not real. Like this is not, but this is a real situation. Get away from me. I don't want to sleep with you tonight. I don't want you sleeping in the room. That's what they're doing. So yeah, as much as you like to say that isn't what's going on, and for the situation where it is a tragedy, absolutely, you're trying to put this on men who can control their emotions. The reason some of these things go viral is because they're extreme examples. I think I saw a Cowboys fan punching a TV when we lost the playoffs. We lost the playoffs again. What else is new? Why would you be punching a TV when we keep on losing? Like, what are you expecting us to do? We lost the playoffs again. Why would you mess up your house? But it's funny because people want to see Cowboys fans crash out. You just messed up your stuff over a team that don't pay you, they don't care about you, and they still going to continue to do whatever they want to do. That didn't help you out at all. It actually hurt you. So what now? That's an extreme example. Most men are not doing that. Stop trying to put that stupidity on most men.
I get a lot of attention. How would you handle that if I was getting a lot of attention when we were at, like, are you confrontational? Would you protect me?
Why would I have to handle the attention you're getting? If you're getting the attention, you know what is bringing the attention. So you're going to get the same attention even when I'm not with you, and I'm supposed to handle that as well?
Mm-hmm. You're supposed
Make
to
that
protect
make sense. I can't protect you when I'm not with you.
Yeah, but when you are with me,
But are you going to be doing the same things that are
just get
attracting
attention.
the attention when you're with me as when you're not?
I just get attention.
So the fact you're asking me to protect you and I don't know you yet, and you're saying you get a lot of an attention that you need protection from, that means you need protection when I'm not with you and right now already, and you haven't found a way to supplement that, so I can't step into that safely.
No, I just want like a man that's strong.
I'm not dealing with confrontation with people who give you attention.
Oh well.
Okay. That was all right. Now is why'd you break your heart?
He seems kind of insecure, to be honest. Yeah. Like, if you can't handle if someone's getting attention. Also,
You can't handle it, so why should I?
I can totally handle it.
But you need protection
I just want
from
a
it.
strong man that can protect me. It turns me
I'll
on.
leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not too the biggest of deals. Now, is he aesthetically someone that's your type?
No, he's kind of short.
Okay.
But it's okay. I was going to give him a chance. But also, he doesn't like my job, so I do OnlyFans.
Oh, you're a too?
I do OnlyFans, yeah.
Is she someone aesthetically that's your type?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the yes?
She's initially on first glance attractive, and then, you know what I mean? She's not an ugly person. You know what I mean? She's not ugly. You know what I mean? So, she's a cute girl.
Okay. All right. We have
a bona fide certified red flag. Not doing it. Not doing it. You already know what you're doing. That's why you ask that question. You already know what you look like. That's why you ask that question. You already know the effect. That's why you're asking that question. Really what you're on the show for is to find a bodyguard. Because you know you're about to get in trouble. You know you're about to get in situations. And it's not something that's made up. It's not something that is, it just happens out of the blue. It's at random. You know, because of the way that you dress and what's happened in the past, that there's going to be some issue. And now you want to, oh, my man's going to take care of it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You act like you can't carry yourself in a certain way that's respectable. And I'm not about to step into the middle of the foolishness that you got going on.
Oh girl, you are on the wrong page if you are commenting like this. I actually made a video on this in the past one time where I was talking about how like, I don't see anything wrong with like dressing for the male gaze. You're probably like, what the hell does that have to do with this? Trust me, I have a point. Anyways, that video got a lot of hate because they were like, why are you trying to do anything for men? Like, why do you blah, 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 do this, that for men? And I'm like, because I like men and I'm attracted to men and I want to attract men. So yesterday, what this comment is referring to is yesterday I posted how like, you should really not be scared to be crazy to men because they're not even turned off by it. They actually love it. And so this girl's commenting, why are we trying to do stuff men like now? And she's not the only one who commented this, and like no hate to her either. Like totally get the sentiment. Like in society, I've noticed we've kind of gone to this like one extreme where like a lot of things were done for the male gaze, and now everyone's going to the other extreme and they're like, nothing should be done for the male gaze. Like, why do we even like men? Men suck, blah, blah, blah. I very, very heavily speak against that on my page. I'm also very much not subscribing to that whatsoever. I love men. I absolutely am trying to attract men. Like, I'm not lesbian. I don't want to attract women. But even furthermore, what the video was about wasn't doing things because men like it. I was basically saying, don't be afraid to do things because you're afraid to lose a man, because they don't care anyways. That's not gonna be what makes them run away. It's not that I'm saying do it because men like it. I'm saying do it because you want to do it, and don't stop yourself from doing it because you're scared. Also, unrelated to this, I got a bunch of comments of people being like, well, why? Like, I'm not like somebody who goes crazy, so like I'm not gonna change my character for a man. Whoa, I never said that. I never said act in a way to appease men. I was just explaining that if you have this natural desire to crash out on them, don't be scared to do it, because a lot of the times we have this fear, and I've been there because I've been the chill girlfriend before. You have this fear that if you show your true colors and like you do crash out on them and you call them out for, they're literally going to like never like you and like leave you. That's not true. Also speaking from a girl with experience, because I was the chill girlfriend before. I also didn't play the chill girlfriend part many times. I've done both. I've literally played crazy and been chill and emotionally regulated and mature. The girls that are crazy win every time. Anyway, so yeah, we actually are trying to do things that men like because we're not scared of men liking us, and we also are trying to attract them if we're straight. I'm not scared to admit that.
So let me pick up where I left off. Fellas, you keep saying I'd rather stay single. Women are too much. I don't need the headache. I get it, but let's be real. That is crap. You don't actually want to die alone with a frickin' gaming console and a fridge full of frozen pizza. You don't, because guess what? Biology doesn't lie. Men and women were designed for each other. That is masculine and feminine polarity. That's not just some TikTok buzzword. That is nature. That's why when you're with the right woman, everything in your life sharpens. Your drive, your purpose, your discipline, everything. Now, sure, being single is easy. No drama, no compromise, no responsibility. But easy gets old. The hookups get boring. The soulless sex gets depressing. The silence in your house starts getting loud. And then what? You're 40, 50, 60 years old. Nobody by your side. Nobody in your bed. Nobody to build with. That is not freedom. That's failure. Here's the truth. Men need women and women need men. That's a beautiful balance. That's order. That's how we're wired. The problem, though, is too many men give up before they figure us out. They throw their hands up like it's too complicated instead of leaning in and cracking the damn code. When you do crack the code, life gets great. You get respect. You get loyalty. You get passion. You get peace in your home and fire in your bedroom. That's not a bad deal if you ask me. That's a jackpot. So stop lying to yourself that staying single forever is the move. It's not. Master your woman. Don't run from her, because the man who figures out his woman is the man who truly wins at life.
I hear you. I really do. I really do. But it's not failure. If I go throughout my life looking for a companion and I don't find one because there's modern women out here that are acting crazy, they're acting silly, right? We cannot, even with money out of the way, we cannot get on the same page about certain things. I don't want it, man. It's not worth it to me. The stress, the headache, all of that stuff is not worth it. And I'm not going to sit up here and run after it. I'm too old for that. A lot of these guys like, hey, man, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm too old for that, man. I can't do that no more. I don't have enough time left, right? Some of these men that lost a whole bunch of money. So your words are falling. I see what you're saying. I understand it. I get you. And I appreciate you saying what you're saying. But your words falling on a lot of deaf ears right now. With the way things are going, absolutely not.